Awesome. All right, so we got a creepy creative this episode, and I'm really excited to bring him in. So let's kick it off with creepy creative. All right, guys. So I wanted to introduce you to someone that I've been following forever, and that's and that's Michael Perry. Uh, we have David Perry, but now we have Michael Perry. So let me introduce you guys to this awesome creative that I've been stalking. Grayhouse Studios specializes in one-of-a-kind silicone and resin props and custom display collectibles. Each piece is handcrafted by the artist Michael. Michael Perry started this Grayhouse Studios about 10 years ago, and he has delved into everything, including sculpting, videos, photography, animatronics, as well as sets and production design. You guys, I've been following him for so long, just being a stalker, just totally just a stalker of his work, and it is something to talk about. You guys, let me introduce you guys to Michael Perry. Here we go. Trick or treat, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. You know what? Look, I'm going to bring everybody back in. We have so much to talk about. I am so excited to have you. Hi, how are you? I know you guys are a dual team here, right?
Yes. This is my wife, Angela. She helps me with everything here.
Hi, Angela. Nice
Love
to meet
it.
you. You guys look like a rock star couple. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Get it. Well, let me say this, Michael. I am so excited to have you on the show because I've been following you for a while, and I've been fanning out of your work. Let me tell you, but I haven't purchased anything yet because I've been broke. but I have a list. I have a wish list, and I know when I start making that money, you're one of them because you create some amazing things, and I would like to share that with everyone that's viewing and everyone that's going to be on a podcast. So let's dive right in. Let me pull up change here. So this is Michael Perry, and let me just show you guys some of his work.
Oh wow.
First of all, let's dive into this. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background, Michael.
My background has been in graphic design and photography. That's where it all kind of started out. Eventually, the photography kind of led into me wanting to photograph things that I made. That started all the silicone and all the resin, the mold making, and here we are about 10 years later. So
that's great. Now, let me just say this. Your work is phenomenal. The detail in it. I mean,
thank you.
That's crazy.
You guys, it first of all, when I first looked at his work, it gave me chills. And like when you're on Instagram, you're like sliding up, and you're just like, hold up. And it was someone I think posted or maybe Instagram like suggested or whatever. But I started to look at his work, and I was a fan from like the get go. Now, tell me about these products. These are resins. These are
most of those are actually silicone pieces.
Really?
That one on the left is actually a full size silicone piece. Most of the head busts that we do are full scale head busts. We do half scale things as well.
Now, Angela, where did the name Grayhouse Studios come from?
That actually came from a little bit reminiscent of his childhood home. His childhood home was gray, and while he was trying to come up with a name for this business, that's what kind of stood out and stuck.
It's true. And I mean,
nice.
I did a lot of like old people sculpts and everything like that too. So kind of the gray worked into it like that.
Wait, for real? Like what do you mean? Like, let's dive into that. So you do sculpts of old people? Like, do you like?
I mean, that used to be my favorite like sculptures to make would be like elderly people, things like that. A lot more character in their faces. There's always like a background story behind everything. So. So that kind of like played the name as well.
Your products have inspired, an inspired scary stories to tell in the dark. You know that book.
Yes.
Were you a huge fan of the book? And is
Oh,
that how
without
you
a doubt.
crafted your products after that?
Yes, without a doubt. I mean, I remember picking up those books at the Scholastic Book Fair when I was
Yes,
in third grade, something like that.
yes,
Scared the hell out of me back then.
yes.
Still does these days. So they've stood the test of time, certainly.
Like, let me just say this. Like, first of all, the Scholastic book fairs, you know, you get your little monies, you know, they
Yep.
have the little sheet you like check. I
Yep.
remember, you guys, I would go to the book fair because I would read, and because I had to get the good gold stars and whatnot. But let me tell you, I heard of a book that was scary amongst my peers, and I'm like,
Right.
what? You know, and I was like, what is this book? And at first, I couldn't buy it. I didn't have enough money for it. Okay, just like your products. It's an ongoing thing. I'm learning. I'm still learning. But anyways, I literally was like, I gotta get this book. And I think my sister, believe it or not, rented the book from the library and brought it home. Let me tell you, I stole that book from her, and I will go underneath my covers, and well, both of us, and we have a flashlight, and we would read the stories to each other. And our imagination would go wild. And then when you get to the story and you flip and you look at the illustration, oh my God, the goosebumps and the chills. That is one popular book.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if
Stephen
I mean it's right there with
Stephen
Goosebumps.
Gamble's artwork is just absolutely
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one popular book that I think is popular. I think it needs to continue being popular amongst the kids. It's one of those things that if you are a hardcore horror fanatic, you're gonna get it. And it literally hit kids' hands, and parents freaked out. But let me tell you, we had it. So I love seeing your artwork imitate that. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, I don't like. I was looking. Let me see. Do I have it up here? Yes, this one to the right, you guys. Oh my gosh, this is the one that I want. That's
that was one of our variations that we had done for the scary stories. It was I think we called it Scary Stories to Tell with Our Flesh. We ended up all those are insect teeth and insect gums, eyes. It even has like a skull plate in the back of its head and everything. To try to just put like a flesh spin on the generalized like white clown that's on the cover of the book and everything. So yeah.
I love that bus. I need that in my room.
Right?
That is fantastic. It reminds me, like I didn't get to read the books, like whatever books you are talking about. I missed the title. My bad. But it reminds me of that. What's that movie? The Beowulf cartoon movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It reminds me of that monster. I mean, at least in my opinion, it does. I literally watched that movie like 3 days ago, so like it's fresh in my head. And I'm like, oh, that is fantastic. Now,
Gerard, hold on, Gerard. The book is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. You gotta read it. Come on, man. But I forgot you were homeschooled, so
I don't read no books.
Yeah. Go ahead with your question, bro.
So are these? I see these are a lot of pedestals, I guess you call them, or stagnant props. Yeah, bust. There you go. Thank you very much. Do you turn these into masks as well?
No, we don't do any masks. They're all display pieces, and they're all like for inside use only. I mean, nothing is for like a yard haunt or anything like that. We mostly do stuff for high end like collectors, and we've done gallery shows and things of that nature. But
where do you sell at? Do you go to like conventions and whatnot?
We go. Everything's done through our website. To be honest with you, and if it's not found on our website, you can message me, and then we can pretty much create any piece that you've seen like on the website. It would just have to be invoiced to you.
Right. And so the website is thegrayhousestudios.com. If you guys are want to check out his work, is the Grayhouse Studio. Studio or studios?
Studio.
Okay, studio. Yes, I'm correct on that. And then the Instagram is Grayhouse_studios.
Yes.
And you guys got to check out his work. It's phenomenal. I have a question for you. Let's see here. What
Don't
was?
take mine.
Well, go ahead. Ask it.
So, you have a passion for Michael Myers?
I knew he was gonna say that.
FYI, I'm petrified of Michael Myers. since I was 6 years old. I got scared. I was scared in a theater with him. They had him dress up, some guy, and scared everyone in the theater. I was petrified then. I got scared again when I was 15. So it's a love-hate with him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. As far as the whole Halloween thing goes, honestly, I'm not that much of a fan of the franchise. Although I am one of those people that like Part 3 the best. So
yes, the one that had nothing to do with the franchise at all.
Right.
Yes.
Wow.
I have a question for you. How did you? Wait, hold on. Oh, my notes just went away. Okay, what is your passion product on your line? Like something that you really just your heart goes out to, and you get excited to create.
Usually, like the caretakers, which is actually the guy on the right hand side here.
Yes.
We've done a lot of the variations of the caretaker over the past several years. The entire sculpt actually was for a haunted mansion gallery exhibit, and we did like the whole like him like holding the lantern and everything. And
yes.
After a while, it just kind of like it just turned into like so many different variations.
Which he is inspired. He is inspired by the book.
Yeah. He's actually like comes from the Disney Haunted Mansion attraction.
Oh, okay.
Like the caretaker with like the really skinny dog.
Yep.
Our variation on it. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I love it. Look at it.
He's looking like some of my patients, and won't be seen tonight. I swear to God.
Tell everyone where you work at then, since you want to bring it up.
I work in an elderly psychiatric psych ward.
Oh wow!
Oh, wow.
I literally have a guy that looks just like this. Look, he looks just like this.
Never.
And there's been some rough nights with him.
I bet.
Oh
no! You literally gave me like flashbacks to work tonight, and I love the idea of this, like making these sculpts and stuff. And I kept picturing, I should get one of these and just put it in their tabernacle, like their closet they have. It just
Gerard, you're sick.
Sure.
I won't do it. The thought is there, though. I won't do it. I don't act upon it.
Michael, what is your favorite horror movie? I have to ask this.
Oh man, that's a tough one. I mean, I guess let's say like the longest standing of favorites that I've had was actually Tom Savini's rendition of Night of the Living Dead, 1990. That has probably been my absolute favorite horror movie since I was, I was maybe 11 when I first saw that. So, yeah, and that still holds up.
And you watched that you watched that in the movie theaters. Did you sneak into that? Did your parents?
I used to rent it all the time. From our local video store. Back when you could actually rent videos. Right. And I would get that day after day after day after day, and it went on for months, and it's still a love of mine. Yeah.
Did mom and dad have to go, is Michael okay? He's making a zombie movie.
All those black shirts and those Fangoria magazines,
Yeah, yes. When I was older. I mean, when my parents look underneath my mattress, if I find magazines, it was Fangoria. It wasn't
a Hustler. So what's funny. Can you walk us through your creative process? Like you're like, all right, I'm going to make a new sculpture. Day one, how do you get inspired from getting inspired to? And I'm talking fresh. You're not making the grapekeeper in it. Like, what's it like? Do you like watch the movies? Like, walk me through it. I'm curious.
I mean, honestly, we just kind of like just start off with like a lump of clay, and wherever it goes, it goes. I mean, like the clay kind of like talks to us as we're going along. We never generally have like an idea beforehand. It just kind of like it just evolves, And I mean, sometimes there's been sculptures where it's started out as one specific face, and it just kind of morphs into others and others and others. And I mean, the creative process for us, I mean, sometimes will take months to just like get down what we actually want to see, and then when we're finally happy with like the way that it's going, we just kind of elaborate more and more on it, so yeah, that's how almost everything in the studio has come to fruition.
Will you say that go ahead. When you said, hold on. When you said, hold on, Gerard. When you said it talks to you, my imagination goes, wow. I just imagine this goes, Michael, can I ask you for here?
Now,
Just like that. Just like
yeah,
that.
look,
Yeah.
if the clay's
Quiet
talking,
enough,
sir,
even I can hear it. So.
there's the medication for that. All right. Like if the clay's talking, it's got medication. So you get the piece of clay, you let the art go through you and stuff.
Yeah.
You just wherever it goes, you start off with your line or whatever, and it just right there. So what's step 2? You got the clay mold. Like, can you walk me through a little bit the process of how it becomes from a clay mold to a sculpture?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well, after the sculpt is done, we'll generally mold it in all the silicone pieces are molded in polyurethane and with a mother mold on top of that, and then we hand rotocast all of the pieces. So it's
Everything.
it's just kind of like a skin that's around like the top layer, and then they're foam filled, and from there. We cast all of our eyes. Our teeth are done separately. The gums and tongue are done separately. Those are all cut out of the actual piece and then inset into the piece.
Yeah. I've even got an example right here.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah. Yes, please.
So this is actually what ends up going into our pieces that do look like real teeth.
That's
it's
crazy.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like much when it's in this form, but after they go into gums, they really pop out.
Yeah. And
So
then hair punching. And,
do you guys both come from a creative background? Angela, I didn't ask your background.
Oh, my background is nothing. I'm a nobody.
That's not
Well,
true.
I'm sure you learned. Yeah, I'm sure you learned, by the way, by just, his process and just, helping him out around the studio. You've taken on some. What is your favorite thing to do?
So when I first joined in was about 3 years ago, and one of the very first experiences that I ever had in the studio was actually doing a life casting of somebody of their whole head. Without doing things like straws up the nose. So we were trying our dangest to not kill our new employer at that point. We didn't want to suffocate him.
I can picture.
Yeah, that was my very first introduction to this line of work. Previously, I did a little bit of tattooing. I did a little bit of illustration work for actually it was for charity. Did get published, so I can say I've been published. But
her drawings are absolutely phenomenal. I mean, she's an amazing illustrator, an amazing painter. You should check out her work at Bleakworks on Instagram. It's phenomenal. Okay. It's phenomenal.
Bleakworks
mostly just like sketches and behind the scenes of what we do here. But.
Can you spell that out for us for the people that are listening? Can you spell that out? Bleakworks,
BLEAKWORKS. It's just no underscores, just Bleakworks, because sometimes it does.
Awesome. You guys check out her work. I love it, you guys. I love the detail in it. How much does your props run? Estimates?
Oh, I mean, they certainly vary. I mean, they generally start out with maybe like a full scale, full head silicone bust it starts around like $425, $450, and they go all the way up to $600, something like that. The full scale, complete person, several thousand.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can get the full bodies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of material, a lot of work, and the material just keeps getting more expensive over the years as time goes on.
Yeah. Awful. I mean,
I know inflation and everything coming up.
It's been terrible.
Between like COVID shutting down a bunch of areas, there was a huge storm. I don't know if you guys remember the giant storm that happened in Texas a couple years ago. That actually increased a lot of our product prices because they sort of keep doubling and tripling in price just for our raw product that we have to get.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it's been a heck of a journey.
It's definitely changed over the years as far as pricing.
And you know what? And the thing is, look, horror enthusiasts that love the work, they will save, and it may take a little bit of time, but they will save for it. I've seen some people pay like crazy amount of money for something that brings that childhood, that great memory to them, and I'm one of them. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
but you guys do so much good work. I mean,
Oh, thank you.
I literally had you guys in my back pocket, and just like I got to get you guys on the show, and I'm so excited to actually do a show. Be like, all right, here I go. These are my fave, and I've been like hitting you guys up, and I'm glad that you guys reached out to me. Like I was so excited and so blessed to have you guys on the show.
Thank
Tell
you
me,
for
do
having
you,
us.
do you guys do any custom work? Like, can anyone say, "Hey,
Yes.
this is what I'm
We
looking
do.
for"?
We do custom work, but only for the pieces that we already have. So, as far as like a brand new piece coming in, I mean, it costs a lot of money to start a brand new piece with sculpting and then molding and then casting and all of that stuff. It takes so much more time, so much more money.
It does.
So we generally stick with, if they want variations on a product that we already have, we certainly supply them with it. If they want different color hair, different color eyes, if they want more or less blood, whatever they want, so.
Yeah. But doing like a piece from start to finish with a single cast where we don't actually make a mold that will be reused. We haven't, we did one. We did one about 2 years ago. Somebody wanted a dragon turtle.
It was like a dragon turtle. Yeah, weird.
It was one of the funnest things I think I've ever personally done. But we could only make the one because it was a custom piece for this one person.
Right.
After that, we kind of looked at each other and said, if it's only going to be one casting, we may never make one of a custom piece like this again.
Yeah,
that's
a
crazy.
lot.
Okay. Go ahead.
It sounds like one of those. I think that's like an Asian folklore or something.
Yes,
the dragon. I knew. I clicked for a second.
Yep.
So I see a couple of your pictures and stuff, but y'all are brand new to me. So I'm shocked what I got to see today. Actually,
I knew all the time. But go ahead.
Yeah. So have y'all have any like unhumanoid like creatures or busts or anything like that, or are you going to explore into that idea? If not?
We've got a couple monsters that we do. We have this Dootin piece that it originally started out as a life-size puppet we did for a haunt out in Ohio.
Yeah.
And we produce the Dootin like head bust now, which is more creature-like. It has like 2 sets of teeth and everything, and just like absolutely disgusting looking.
It really is.
Yeah.
The puppet itself was incredibly disturbing. This was our first real attempt with like puppetry in of itself, where we actually had levers that when you pulled them, things would move. Like we had a hand that would like flap, sort of.
Right. Mouth would open and close.
Yeah, and like you can move the head around, but it was an awfully disgusting piece that we made. I'm still disgusted with ourselves for having made it. It was a female body that was nude and very misshapen, and I will tell you, it had hair punching in all the right places.
Right, I made her do that.
I did. I had to do it. All the short and curlies. It was awful.
I gotta see it now. I'm really curious.
It's on Instagram. It's there. You just kind of have to scroll.
Yeah.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
What you do today? I just poked hair into unmentionables.
It's
true.
I
have the picture of her doing so too.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I made sure to get a picture.
It's the only picture that I've ever posted on social media that almost got my account banned because they didn't know that it wasn't real people.
Right.
So
really? Because I mean, look, your work is so good, and I noticed that a lot of these creators that are, they have, even Instagram businesses where they're showing off their work, and then Instagram starts censoring that. Has that been a problem with you guys? Because yours is very detailed. Like, you guys, looking at their work is so detailed. They have good work here. Like, this product is going to be, if you buy this product, it's going to be on your shelf for a very long time. It looks good. And
silicone will never degrade.
Right. And so the product there's a good quality about their work here, you guys, and you guys got to check them out. But like, tell me about it. Like,
brain fart.
No, literally, no. You guys, I'm this here. There's so much going on. Kat literally just sent me a message, and I just totally just looked at it. But I'm so sorry. She having technical difficulties with her headphones. So
Our
that's what
tech guy's not here today, so Willie stepped up graciously.
Yeah,
both.
and I'm multitasking. But the work is pretty good. It's gonna last long. That's what I'm trying to say. And you guys need to go to their work and purchase it. I have another question for you guys,
Sure.
and that is, I just got to scroll up and look at it. Oh, what is so out of your product line? What makes you excited about your company, and what's next for it?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think honestly, just the ability to be able to do this as a career is extremely exciting for us. So we try to take like all the creativeness and put it into the work. As far as the future goes, we plan on doing maybe getting away from just head busts and things of that nature, and actually starting to get a little bit more abstract with it. Doing more, I don't want to say monsters, but just something that's just not a head on a stick, basically. I mean, that's all we make right now.
Yeah, we keep talking about a lot of different, slightly more nightmarish, surreal sculptures in the future, as well as we do keep talking about the possibility of finally making animatronics for sale.
Right.
Instead of...
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. I said, what happened with your animatronics? Because do you guys, is it only just private work that you guys do with the animatronics?
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of the animatronic work that we did was for that haunt back in Ohio a few years ago. The problem is that shipping is so damn expensive on these enormous pieces. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Can you tell us the haunt that you did work for?
It was called Terror Town.
Okay, yes. I heard of Terrortown. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, what do you guys do with them?
They're still at the haunt. We were paid to come in and do some work for these guys, and kind of set up like the whole like hayride and like the haunt and everything like that. And we did our job and we got done. They have all the props still and everything like that. And we just kind of moved on after that.
Yeah, we really wanted to just be able to work for ourselves instead of...
I hear that.
Yeah. It was kind of a big leap of faith to do, but we definitely have never regretted it, and it's worked out so much better than we thought it would.
The holidays are coming up.
Yes.
And this kind of given me that there's a new Santa Claus movie that's coming out. Is it Violent Night? I believe it kind of gives me a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's just it's not Bad Santa type, but it's that Violent Night type. Do you guys get a lot of commission work for this for holiday work?
We try to just kind of throw in like during the holidays just a few extra little pieces here and there. We have like the holiday Harvey little ornaments that we do. We also have this other piece called the No Man, which is like kind of like this disgusting snowman sort of guy. Yeah. But we throw those out like a couple times during the holiday season, like that.
Look at the work.
Look at that. That is.
Yeah, we have a license for Return of the Living Dead for the Tar Man. Yeah.
The Tar Man looks. I've never seen a Tar Man prop this good before. Like I've seen some toys and whatnot and some collectibles, but this is awesome. How tall is that?
God. Well, honestly, like the skeletons that we get, they're supposed to be full size skeletons. However, like they're not really full size. Like I think that guy stood about maybe 5'4", something like that. So they're definitely shorter, but. Trying to find an actual 6-foot skeleton is almost damn near impossible without spending like an arm and a leg.
That's crazy, and that's getting the most. Wow.
So can you go back to that tar skeleton real quick? I don't know his name off the top of my
head. I know it's
So what is the hours it takes to put in that? That's.
Oh my God. Hour wise, I don't even know because honestly, we work all day long. So,
but there's one behind. There's one being worked on behind this one as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not uncommon that when people place their orders, I don't know what happens, that the universe lines up, that we end up with like 2 to 3 orders of something massive like this at a time of the same thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
On one hand, it's convenient that we can kind of do it in a row. However, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, oh god, they take a lot of time. Something like that. I mean, it would take like, for our shortest amount of time, at probably about a week just to get that done. I mean, that's an entire articulated skeleton that we need to bolt and support and make sure that everything's actually standing up. And
Right.
Yeah, because they're all freestanding. We don't use poles or anything.
That's
in our
so
cool. Scales.
Yeah, so that takes a lot of time.
It does.
You mentioned you had a prop in your room. You have this prop in your corner of your room. I bet you freak out every morning. Straight up.
I want to know how to get it up the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
That's your problem, buddy.
surprisingly light.
Yeah, they actually are.
Is
They're just large.
Yes. Kind of.
Yes.
Now you mentioned that you are doing sales through the website only. Are you guys going to go out and try these cons or the industry trade shows?
Yeah, I mean, I've
I
done.
think you do really well.
I've done several conventions in the past. It's really cool to do conventions, but it's a shit ton of work to get everything in preparation, just because of how long these things take to make, and then we also have to make money as well. So like we're trying to like save certain pieces and then sell others, and it gets a little bit overwhelming. I mean, we're just a 2-person company. I'm very thankful that she's come along and started helping me out a couple of years ago. It's helped tremendously. So, but yes, we're hoping to actually do Transworld fairly soon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we recently moved, so we are actually closer to where Transworld happens, and we're
in Missouri.
Kind of got fingers crossed.
Yeah. And look, if you guys want to go to Fear Expo 2, you holler at me. I'll let you know I got some hookups over there at Fear Expo.
Oh, right on.
Nice.
Yeah, you holler at me on that one. I get you. But yes, Transworld is crazy. I know you guys will sell out during Transworld. So yeah. So what's next for you guys? What's the next project?
Let's see. We have about 3 different sculptures right now that are in the works. We are hoping to be able to get a Bob Marley sculpture for
Jacob Marley.
Or Jacob Marley. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Nope.
I'm a little tired. Still haven't had.
Okay. Oh, Jacob.
Jacob Marley from
Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Christmas Carol, not the Bob Marley that smokes. Because I literally was like,
yeah,
I literally like turned up.
I'd love to see that.
I would love to do a Bob Marley,
right?
Like a Bob Marley ghost instead of Marley.
Right.
But we also have a rework of one of his older sculptures, which is the Witch Hazel, and we are doing it at like a 3/4 scale.
3/4 scale. It's going to be like it's an animatronic, one of those like cauldron creeps, that's stirring the cauldron.
Yeah.
We're hoping to have that out by next year. Hoping.
Yeah, and then the last one is a dead baby. I kind of like dead babies, so working on a 2-faced deformed jar baby.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, lots of stuff coming up.
No, let me tell you guys, like the realer it gets, the better it is, right? And so you guys, I can imagine you guys kicking butt in that, Where can everyone find you again? Just let everyone know, and then also let us know what's your next goals, what's the next step for you guys. We want to hear everyone that is an enthusiast in the horror. I want them to know what's next for you and where they can find you, so that they can get to your products. Yes.
All right. So I mean, everything goes to our website at thegrayhousestudio.com. You can find us on Instagram, Grayhouse_Studios. And as far as what's next, I mean, we're just trying to push out more and more products as we go. And, hopefully next year we're going to start doing half-scale animatronics and a couple new pieces here and there. we're not so much like a few steps ahead. We're just kind of like, holy shit, we just got to get through today, and we'll figure out what happens tomorrow.
It's true.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you guys so much for being on the show. I am so happy to have you guys and
Thank
put
you for
faces
having
to the
us.
name. Thank you guys so much. I am a huge fan. I'm going to keep in contact because I got some work I need to do. But you guys have a good time, and thank you guys so much for being on the show.
All right,
Thank you so much.
You guys
Have a
check
good
them
day.
out. Check them out. Their work is phenomenal. Again, it is thegrayhousestudios.com. I got some amazing friends and some amazing creatives, man. Like, and they're an awesome duo. Like, you can tell that the relationship is huge, and they just look really cool and rock stars. Don't you guys think?
Oh, I think their work looked fantastic. I love their personalities. They seem very sweet and stuff. And the whole time, the first thing she said when she's like, "Yeah, I hope I don't kill this man dumping silicone." like, get the straws. Go to McDonald's, get the straws.
I just, you know what? Look, I mean, like, you stumble upon these creators, and I stumbled upon them, and I was secretly just stalking him. It's so bad that I say that, but I do it. And sometimes when you reach out to these people, you don't know, like, hey, will they be on? Would they love to, you know? And I had to ask him, and I just did, and he returned my message, and I was like, yes, this Sunday. He's like, okay, and I was like, this is too easy. All right, whatever you want. 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. He's like, okay, and I'm just like, cool people, cool couple, and I can call him a friend now. I hope if you're there, Michael and Angela, I want to call you a friend and just like stalk you guys and come. And Transworld, like, are you guys still? Oh, they're still here. I'm coming over your house, and we're gonna do like a video tour of your studio, if that's okay.
As long as you don't mind traveling in cornfields, that's where we're located. Children of the
that's
corn.
where the big
Children of the corn. If there's a kid, I'm screaming and running. You're gonna see a black man. You're like, Willie. I'm like, yo. Well, I love having you guys. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. You guys have a good day.
Thank you
Thank you.
guys.
Bye. Oh my gosh, cool people. Our industry
Willie's the only person. Willie's the only person I know. Like, I'm gonna invite myself to these people's house. Put them back in the show. Put them back in the show.
Look. They're cool, and oh my gosh, I want to continue meeting cool people. And when you have cool people in your life, you kind of keep them a little bit, close to you, to your heart. And they're just someone that I love their energy and their vibe, and they look really cool. So yeah. Yo, if you like what you have just heard, subscribe now or forever hold your screams.